hippie hut down a country road. There's a girl named Jonesy with a carefree soul. She's got chickens in the yard, running wild and free. In a little hippie hut down a country road, there's a girl named Jonesy with a carefree soul. She's got chickens in the yard, running wild and free. And she's rolling up her life in a sweet green dream. Jonesy in her hippie hut, life's a breeze, smoking that good stuff, feeling so at ease. With the chickens clucking and the sun so bright, Jonesy's living in her own kind of life. She wakes up with the sunrise, no shoes on her feet, dancing in the garden to a reggae beat. She's got a peace sign hanging on her front porch swing, and a big old smile for everything. Jonesy in her hippie hut, life's a breeze, smoking that good stuff, feeling so at ease. With the chickens clucking and the sun so bright, Jonesy's living in her own kind of life. She's got no worries, just the earth and sky, living her life, no need to try. With a heart full of love and a head full of dreams, Jonesy's riding on life's sweet stream. Jonesy in her hippie hut, life's a breeze, smoking that good stuff, feeling so at ease. With the chickens clucking and the sun so bright, Jonesy's living in her own kind of life. So if you ever feel lost or caught in a bind, just think of Jones and you'll surely find that the simple life's the one that's truly free. In a hippie hut, just like Jones, and you see. So if you ever feel lost or caught in a bind, just think of Jones and you'll surely find that the simple life's the one that's truly free. In a hippie hut, just like Jones, and you see.
Right, hopefully. Yeah. I'll check on to make sure y'all didn't go down there. What did the doctor say y'all got? Okay.
Tony needs to go to the dentist too.
Sorry, it's just on my off days. I like not being doing it.
Tell him.
I work so hard on my off days. I don't. I know. Okay, I love you. Okay. I love you.
Sorry, y'all. Tony decided to call his mammy. Wow. My video. Like 30 seconds after I clicked to go live, he's like, sorry, calling mom. I was like, whatever. They're just going to hear the conversation. They were just checking all the storms and everything because he was making sure they didn't make it down to Florida. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I am that snake bitch, and I'll do it again. Mama's already on some shit this morning. Look at her. We got the next 2 days off. Hell, it looks like it's gonna hit us harder than it is most of Florida. Hello, hello, hello. Best line ever in YouTube history. Girl, it's famous now, ain't it? Speaking of voices, if you don't stop fucking calling me sludge and if you don't stop fucking connecting me with that fucking channel, like, girl, I'm gonna start calling you mold every time. Moldy is gonna be your name. Every time you call me sludge, I'm gonna call you mold because you be sitting there for 2 weeks at a time, just letting the grime build up. Miss me with that shit. You better stop, voices. You better stop. I know I seen that, Lindsay. I was just watching him before I went live. I said, shit, there must not be no Sebastian drama going on because ain't nobody live. What's going on, pimps? What are y'all doing? There's nothing new. Like, what's up? What's up? What y'all doing? Voices can't call anyone anything, but she had the nerve. Like, you couldn't just say, like, first off, I don't want you connecting me to that channel, period. But secondly, if you're dead set on putting me with that channel, you couldn't say, that channel Jonesn was involved in. What the fuck? I ain't said nothing about you to you or in your direction, bitch. I ain't send for you, so don't come for me. Mode. I don't know. Yeah, calling me sludge, like that shit. It's just stupid, man. Oh, Cleminati's going live searching again. Chris came out and said he didn't want, he wanted all the drama to stop. And for the most part, it did stop on clues other than her playing the BHB video. I don't want to get too far into this because me and Deets are going to go live eventually and discuss all this. But instead, right after Chris said that she ain't did no lives trashing Seth or talking about the drama or anything. No, she went and did that on everybody else's panels because she knows Chris don't be watching everybody else the way he watches hers. I mean, it's all a game. Like when you look at Steven, listen, I'm upset I found out that Steven did a spirit box. That's like, whoa, bro. Why? Why did you have to go there? Okay, why did you have to go there? I understand listening to psychics to an extent to see because what's it going to hurt, right? What's it going to hurt to listen to a psychic and go search the area they say? It's still searching. But the spirit box part, I can't get with. I can't get with it, Steven. I can't get with it. But the one thing I can appreciate about Steven is he's been searching this whole time, all these months. He's been a part of it and he's been searching. Clue and them live there. They live there. Fiance's had a drone for how long? A good minute. Just saying. Hey, Deetsy. Hey, Pearl. Girl, I have been so hangry. I cheated yesterday, though. Let me tell y'all, I cheated yesterday because I had a banana for lunch. Like, I took a nap yesterday. So I slept between my routes. I came home, went to sleep, woke up. I was starving. So I had a banana. Well, then I go into work. And on the way to my first school, my stomach was like eating itself. And I started getting shaky and I started like sweating. And I was like, what the fuck? And we can't stop at like grocery stores or pharmacies or anything like that. So I had to stop at a gas station. And we all know gas station ain't gonna have nothing healthy, y'all. I got Not only did I get some chocolate donuts, but I got a bag of Cheetos too because I was, what's that called when your sugar drops and you feel like you could eat everything in the household? Like you just can't get enough. You just stuff it, stuff it, stuff it, stuff it. That's what it was like because I just needed to stop shaking and sweating. It, so I got to figure out, I need some snacks I can carry with me so that when my sugar drops like that, I can handle it. I'll have something already. Because stopping at a gas station ain't gonna work. Because I felt so shitty for grabbing those donuts and Cheetos. But that's the only thing I've cheated on. That's the only thing the last 2 days, 3 days. Today's day 4. Yeah, well, that's why I got to get my blood work done. I think next week I'm gonna get it done. I want a whole panel of blood work done, but I want to make sure that they focus on my thyroid and my A1C because diabetes runs heavy in my family. Both my grandmothers have it. Both of them. One of them died. She had cataracts. She was on dialysis. Her diabetes was really bad. The other one's still kicking. Granny. Yeah, but every time I've had my blood work done in the past, like, because I'm a big woman, so they automatically check for that, right? For the diabetes and to see if I'm pre-diabetic, and I still have yet to come up pre-diabetic. But it's been about 2 years since I've had my blood work done, so I think I need to go ahead and get it done again and see what comes of it. Sunflower seeds, I did have some sunflower seeds, but it wasn't kicking it. Like, I was, like, shaky, and I had, like, these cold sweats. I get that every now and then. I do that every now and then, but I think it was so much worse yesterday because this week I have jump started my metabolism. Because usually I don't eat like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't eat small little snacks throughout the day. Some jerky. Oh, I felt like I wanted to buy the whole damn gas station. Like crackers and tuna, and because they have like those ready to go packs of tuna, but then I'm like, I'm driving a bus. I can't eat that while I'm driving the bus. I needed something I could eat right then. I wanted to grab everything and take it with me because I just wanted to shovel it in. When I get weak and low and shaky like that, I will binge. I will eat everything in the damn household to get my sugar back up. Mhm. No. And I also stopped, you know what? Uh, I've decided to tackle one thing at a time right now, like, because I will eventually, what I'm doing with my food is I'm trying to get my stomach used to smaller amounts, smaller portions, right? So how I eat 2 hot dogs right now, I want to eventually be able to eat 1 hot dog and just a few chips and be good. So right now, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing portion control or trying to train my stomach for portion control. Eventually, I'll eat because right now I'm cooking separate. I'm cooking Tony's and Caden's food separate from mine. Eventually, I will eat the same thing as them. I just got to get my stomach used to having only that little bit, you know. And then I'll start eating what they eat, but I'll eat smaller amounts of it. Oh, it's miserable. I said, I cannot pick these kids up feeling like this. I cannot. Orange juice, yes, orange juice does help. A1C is what I need, yeah. Hey, Peach. That's what I've heard because yeah, I'm so thirsty all the time. No, I don't eat sugary stuff for breakfast. No. Hey, Truth Seeker. Yeah, I need to because I was trying to do too much. I was putting too much pressure on myself. I was trying to get my diet in order and work out. I cannot do that. I figured out I cannot do it. I'm doing updates every few days on my YouTube, but the past couple of days I've been trying to weigh it out and figure out what I needed to do. And I was laying here talking to Tony. I was like, I feel like I'm under so much pressure because I'm trying to get the food in order. And yet I'm sitting here dreading the having to exercise because I have no energy right now. Um, and I felt like it was putting too much pressure on me. And so I was more likely to fail if I was doing it that way. So I've decided to get my food intake in order. Once that's in order and it has become a habit and my stomach is used to only taking so much, then I will tack on the exercise. But for now, I'm just doing more movement, doing more things so that I'm up and moving a lot more, but I'm not physically going out and walking laps because I'm going to give up if I keep doing that. He does. I know. I appreciate his support. Oh, did you start with Govey? I was actually going to talk to them about that. Yeah, kudos to Claire for being. Yeah, I was super appreciative of that, and I know he knows exactly what he's talking about when it comes to weight loss and muscle gain and the food and French toast is your favorite. Oh, resistant bands. I thought about that, and somebody said like a little trampoline, like one of those little small. I think it was Emmy. Emmy said try one of those little small trampolines. Oh, grandma. Yeah, I'm staying away from all high fructose corn syrup. I'm not completely staying away from sugar because it's damn near impossible, but I have the lowest amount of sugar you can have. You know what I'm saying? It's almost damn near non existent. Sugar and carbs. I've put myself on 75 carbs a day. Um, get you some Monster Slim Jims for when you want a snack. Yeah, in tiny, tiny, tiny little quantities, Joe. Yeah. Oh, well, that's good to know, darkness. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Like I'll ask Caden to bring me something instead. I'm getting up and going and getting it. Like the other day, there was something Tony was doing, and I was gonna ask him to bring me something, and I was like, "Oh," I was cutting up tomato, onion, and bell pepper and stuff, and I was gonna ask him to bring it to me. I was like, "You know what? No, get your ass up and go get it." So I'm definitely adding more movement while I get this food down. I think getting the food down, it shouldn't take too long. What, it takes a month to break a habit and a month to make a new one? Oh, Okie, thank you. Thank you, babe. Imma try to stay safe. I am not taking no tapeworm. Stevie, you got me fucked up. And Ozempic, my problem is Ozempic's for diabetics, and I heard they were on, like, a shortage of it because of all the weight loss people using it. I don't wanna take away from people who may need it. I did. I do. I have been the last 2 days. Flickery foot. I absolutely have. Oh, let me take a screenshot of that. Thank you, One Shot. I am getting the rain. Oh, I bet it is, Pearl. Yeah, see, I don't wanna take away. And keto scares me because that was one of the huge things we learned about in, EMT school is throwing your body into ketosis, and, you're actually throwing your body into something it's not supposed to or meant to be in, and that scares me. Yeah, sometimes you have to wait on it. That makes me not I don't wanna do that. I don't wanna take away from diabetics who need it. And maybe that's because I have my mama died of diabetes. Yes, it killed her, the dialysis. I mean, she stopped doing dialysis. She had cataracts. My papa lost his leg. He also passed away. He had diabetes. Um, my nanny, she still has diabetes. Hell, she's got a pacemaker. She's done had like 3 triple bypasses, and oh my god, she's had so much done on her heart. It's like a mechanical heart already. Ooh, you just got in trouble. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that baby. Look at that baby. Look at that baby. Let me cut my camera off. I do feel better though. I can say that. My energy isn't where I want it to be, but I do feel better. Me and Tony were talking the other day because we had Zaxby's last night, but I had a salad and I took the chicken out of it just because it wasn't good. But I had grilled chicken in it and I had a salad. Was it last night you said you feel heavier?
Yeah.
Was it last night? He was like, you ever notice like when we get takeout, like after you eat, you just feel heavier and you feel sluggish? And I was like, yeah, yeah. But see, I didn't feel how he felt last night because I didn't have a wings and things platter. I had I had a salad. They are not weird looking. Jake, him say you weird looking. Him say you're weird looking. Look at that face, Stevie. Look at that face. That's not weird. That's not weird looking. Hi, some man. Hi, some man. Hi, some man. You go step on my charger. Hi, some man. Look at that face, Stevie. Look at that face. Do you see that? Granny said he's weird looking too. Those McDonald nuggies I had to eat for the Crocs made me heavy. I bet they did. A face only a mama could love. Hater. What did A-Max say? Oh, say it to her face. Oh, his face. Listen, I didn't breed this dog. Or I did, well, I didn't get him literally from a breeder, I guess you could say. My mother-in-law, she has two, a boy and a girl, and of course the natural thing happened, and that's where I got him. But she's not a breeder, and she got her fixed after she had the litter. Yeah, him's not messed up. I mean, listen, the health issues are real with Frenchies. Like, I have to worry about what he eats. Sometimes when he breaks out, I have to figure out, he'll get like hives, and I have to figure out what did it. And so sometimes I think it's laundry detergent, sometimes I think it's something he ate. It's just, it's a lot. But I don't have to wipe his butt like most Frenchie parents because his nub doesn't cover his butt the way other Frenchies do. Because Chris said he was tired of the drama. So instead, she couldn't do the drama on her channel, so she started going to everybody else's fucking panel and doing the drama for the next few days. Then she started searching with Steven again. Like, I see you. I see you. It's all for show. I know. I know. Now she's a breeder, but her little Frenchies are so cute. I want one of her fluffy ones. I hate that bitch. I hate barbecue lady, but I want one of those fluffy Frenchies. I know, right, Stevie? Oh no, A Mac. No. It is what a lot of creators are doing. Like like I said, Chris came out on her panel, put them all to shame about the drama. So instead of doing the drama on her channel, she went on everybody else's panels for the next, what, 3 or 4 days. Then she did another live. She made sure not to do drama. She focused on like where Steven was searching and looking at the layout, right, on the maps. And then she went into working with Steven, searching. Like, I see you, boo. Good morning, Tess. Can you stop licking me? Go back over there to your daddy. Go back over there, Dad. Go back over there. No, go back over to your dad. You should go. You should go over there to your dad.
Using your dog.
I'm not abusing
You
him.
won't still love.
See if I can get him to yell. Growl at me. Come on. You're not gonna growl. Come here. Give me that belly. 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 Give me it. Give me that berry. Give me that berry. Come here, that berry. uh, that's his growling at me. Listen, I got thoughts about that body cam video, but I'm trying to keep them under wraps until me and Deetsy go live. I told her, like if she wants to speak on it, we can speak on it together because I definitely have one planned. I've already got the thumbnail. I've got things to say. I've got thoughts, bro. I listen. The body cam itself didn't bother me. All the making it about her, clue, 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 clue. That bothered me, bitch. He ain't no fish-eyed fool. Or are you talking about Clue? Hold on. I don't know, Roro. I know she had to leave Florida yesterday, so she should be home soon, but we'll let her get home and get settled in, then we'll do it. Because she also has to catch up on all the shenanigans, Like, I want to respond. I'm going to respond to, and I also got to listen to Brittany J's second red flag live that she made for me last night. So I've been jotting down all the red flags Brittany's seen and all the red flags I've seen from Seth and Chris. But I want to go over that. And then I want to go over how Nick the Hat is out here, like what his goal is. And then we're absolutely going over that body cam that Clue put out. I'm a review Clue reviewing it, basically. Certain parts of it. Oh, girl. Tess. Her slug trail tastes like peppermint, so maybe she is the best thing since sliced bread. Hey, Chasen. Yeah, I asked Brittany J, like, I'm trying to see where her mindset is. So I asked her to list me the red flags from Chris and Katie. Like, what does she see as red flags? And she did a live night before last about it, and then she did a part 2 of it last night. And I'm jotting down all the red flags she says that she sees. And I'm going to go one by one on those. The difference is I've got red flags from Seth, and I don't have to review any interviews to have them. Because when they're legit red flags, they stick in your mind. You don't have to review anything. I've got red flags from Seth. I can just put them out there. But the whole point is they both have red flags. And red flags are also up for interpretation. My red flag might not be a red flag to Chasen. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to go into that a little bit. You saw it on Queens? Oh, hell, Deets. Hey, Sinner, good morning. Hey, Chopper. Yeah, that's the whole point, Tess. That's the whole point. Like, now what the one thing I can give Brittany J and them is that they don't attack, other than like there's been small little digs made like about her her or the panel guests, whoever, thinking that Katie and them are drinking or drunk or whatever, but physically they don't attack the Proudfoots, but I think I'd rather you attack me physically than say I'm a bad mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know me to know if I'm a bad mom. But I will give that credit to them. Like, if you look at, and there are sides. There's not many of us that are in the gray. I would say in the gray right now is Dutchy, me, Nonsense, Chasen, Deetsy. And I would put Granny on the verge of gray. No, I know. Oh yeah, the mock, yeah. They do things, that's what I'm saying, but they haven't gone as nasty attacking Chris and Katie as, let's say, Clue has when attacking Seth. The thing is, people don't realize Clue was a tragedy pimp just like the rest of them. If Dolly, see, this is why we got to save this conversation. This is why we got to save this conversation, because I ain't trying to go off on it right now. But I will say, if it was Dolly, if it was Justin saying the things about Chris and Katie that Clue was saying about Seth and acting towards them the way Clue is acting towards Seth, we would be in a fucking uproar. Clue is just as much of a tragedy pimp as the rest of them. 100%. And if you look at it, she is involved in everything. Everything and everyone, every situation that's come up, she's involved. I want y'all to sit back and think about that. Like, go through from beginning to now of the Sebastian Rogers case and the drama that surrounds it, and see who has their toes in every single bit of it. And there's two of them. Jay and Clue. You're a grade 2 center. Good for you, baby. I know you are, Pearl Girls, and I'm so sorry about what happened to you the other night. I can't either. And she spends a good 30 minutes telling everybody, hey, I put her on 2X and I just keep it moving. No, no, and that's what I mean, Dee. It's like people on, I hate saying it, but there are sides. There's that side, and then there's this side, right? And the people on this side that have found their way into this part of the trauma community are doing just as much, if not more. Clue has done more damage and more chaos in this case than even Dolly at the beginning. Put Dolly and his chaos with Justin Farrell and Brittany J, and you still have more coming from one single person than them three together. That's a fucking problem. And everybody wants to fucking ignore it. Stop fucking ignoring it just because you like somebody. The fact is, the toes are in everything. Oh, congrats, Grandma. I mean, she's just another disgruntled neighbor, just like Jody Sue Brown. Jody Sue was causing chaos in Summer's case. This is the same thing, different people. Good nonsense. It is worse. It is worse because I've been sitting back watching, and it is worse. And I too got caught up in liking this new person and, liking most of her personality. I did like Clue's personality. I brought her over here. I introduced a lot of people to her. So it's easy to get caught up in liking somebody's personality. But when you sit back and you watch everything, like, I still liked her when I was when me and Deets were calling her out for the bigotry and the racism. Like, I still thought, okay, that doesn't make you a terrible person. It makes you a selfish person. But even then, I was given that grace. She made it to a point where I couldn't ignore it anymore. It's been, I mean, they like to talk about how Terry Lynn and, BJ has Seth as a mod, and like, I can see Nonsense can say that. Nonsense can say that, absolutely. Clue and them have no right to say anything about Seth being a mod anywhere. They don't have any right to say anything about what Terry Lynn's out on these streets doing, because they're doing just as much, if not more. I love you too. I know. I agree, Tess. The anti-tragedy pimps are worse than the original tragedy pimps right now to me. And that is saying, that's looking as if it, let's take Nick the Hat and them out of it. They don't matter. They're here for attention. They're here. They seen what Betty was getting. They want a piece of it. And they knew this community would not let them come in and cause chaos. And they worked, y'all. They worked this community. Nick and them don't even matter. To me, the OG tragedy pimps, right? If you look at them and compare them to Jay and Clue and the chaos that's ensued over there, yes, the anti-tragedy pimps have been worse than the tragedy pimps. I'm gonna tell you like this. That's why I've been calling them the BOC, the bottom of Krama, right? There's a boy community, bottom of YouTube. This is the BOC community, the bottom of Krama. And that's where Clue resides, along with a few others. Because I don't hear Queen out here attacking Seth as much as I hear Clue doing it. You know what I'm saying? I can give that credit. But she does open up the space for all the chaos. And I understand she's always had an open panel. That's what she's always done. It's what it's always been. But at some point, there's a responsibility that comes with that. And if you're allowing that, and all of it, ends up on your panel, it's like, that's a little bit of a problem. You're kind of offering the space for it. Does that make sense? So I don't think Queen is directly her herself part of the problem. I think the open panel is. They all love that attention. Yep. They all love that attention. But I'm stating it right here, right now. Gray gang to the fullest, always been gray gang. And that's what I was telling Chasen last night. It's like with Quentin Simon, I was all caught up in that drama for a long time until I decided, I sat back and I checked myself and I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I think you might be doing a little too much. You need to reel yourself in. And I did. That's when I stepped away from it. With Sebastian, I got called up, but only for a second, only for a fucking second, because I told myself, no, do not feed into it. This causes more chaos. This causes more drama. This causes more harm. No matter who's guilty, nobody has been put out there as guilty. It causes more problems. So I withdrew myself from Sebastian's case pretty early on. Yeah, no. Me and JP don't fuck with each other, but I'm absolutely glad JP is holding feet to the fire. And her lives are informational. They're not just bullshit. She's she's showing the proof to back things up. She's showing what she needs to show the truth. Oh yeah, Terry Lynn, absolutely. There's a few of them. That's what I'm saying. But Terry Lynn isn't part of the normal tragedy pimp group. Terry Lynn's new to it. The same way Clue is. Clue and Terry Lynn weren't part of the tragedy pimps. They are now. I think most people think, even though I wouldn't I don't know. I don't know enough about Jay. That's where I struggle with Jay, because I don't know enough about her, but I know of things I've heard or been told. But I'm sure a lot of people consider Jay to be part of the OG tragedy pimp crew. No, she's hanging out with the chick from Don't Fuck with Cats on Netflix. That chick that went up on Queen's panel the other night. Clue and Steven found themselves all the way up in her shit last night. Mm-hmm. Can someone just make a list, say names, and say what they did and have receipts? A Cliff Notes version for those trying to keep up. That's hard. Like, I was thinking last night, like, how am I going to catch deets up on everything? The best thing I can tell y'all is Clipper. She tries to clip all of it with no commentary, which I love. I mean, it's just pointing out this specific thing. They do suck equally at this point. Yeah, yeah, I agree, Jason. That's my problem, Jason. I like Jay. What I get from Jay, I like her. But I cannot do the conspiracies where Ben George is Seth or Ben George is Chris Proud. I mean, I don't know who is who and who isn't who. I mean, the conspiracies are all over the place. It confuses me. Queen Bee talks about Sebastian and the shit every day, just as much as Brittany J. How is that not tragedy pimping? Oh, it's tragedy pimping, absolutely. But what I'm saying is she doesn't attack the parents the way others do. I know you didn't, Pearl Girl. You was just up there trying to talk about some stuff that has went down, and that chat ate you up, girl. I felt so helpless. Good morning, Dutchie. Baldy. Yeah, body moving. Yeah. Clue and Steven found their way onto her panel in chat last night. While Chasing was live, that body moving was live, and they was all up in there. Yeah, I don't know anything about her. I haven't heard, which I haven't been watching Queen like I used to. It just irritates my soul, like hearing their voices. Well, I'm not supposed to be. I wanted to go. with videos. So, like I said, I want to respond to Brittany J's Red Flag Lives. I want to talk about Nick the Hat and them, and then I want to talk about the body cam with Clue. I'll probably do that tonight. It depends. Yeah, but she hadn't been around this sector, right? She can stay over there in the BOC by herself. I don't want nothing about it. It won't happen. Not when you have Clue in there. Nope, 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 nope. Deets on the streets. It's not. It's not. I'm sorry. I had to call you out your full name, Bish. Nope. I understand Body Moving's purpose, her goal. She made it very clear. But we also can't expect her to know who these players are. And I'm not the type of bitch to reach out and be like, hey, you need to be careful of this one. That's just not what I do. So, I mean, it's gonna happen. It's gonna get nasty. Don't let it make you sad. Listen, Body Moving being involved in it, I've been watching her streams. She she isn't irresponsibly covering it, but she will be soon if she continues to allow Clue around. That's okay. I know there's a lot of people that love Jay, and I still love y'all, you know? Like, she hasn't been my cup of tea from what I've seen from Sebastian. But like I said, I don't know about her prior stuff. Who did? Who just attacked Seth the other day? From the beginning, nonsense. From the very beginning. But it's like because I fuck with Granny and I like Granny, when Granny touches, becomes cool with or starts covering things, in this case with Jay, I'm like, okay, let me give it a chance. And then it's like, no, I just can't get behind the conspiracies. I can't. It's always something. Just like Seth had on a bulletproof vest at court. It's always something. I can't get behind it. I know. I know, Jules. The bees chat was messing with Pearl. They were just being really ugly. Yeah, Steven is everywhere, and he's still cool with Barbecue Lady, and Barbecue Lady's a piece of shit, period. Yeah, it happens. It happens. Stop the grift. I don't think it was intentional. If that's how it went down, I don't think it was intentional. Clue absolutely reached out to Nick. Y'all don't see him like, hello. I'm just saying, if you go back to the beginning and you look at everything, I would say there's three people that are really tied up in all the characters, right? We've had so many different characters come in, right? Down to dog handlers and um what that her name was Jules. And I mean, if you really think about it, there's three people that have had contact with all the messiness, every single ounce of messiness in this case. And I hate to say it, this isn't an attack on Jay, but Jay is one of them, Clue, and Terry Lynn. I forgot how much Terry Lynn was involved. Yep, they are resurfacing. Mm. It is. It's making its way back around like the 80s hairstyles. They're starting to come back around too. What are you doing? Why are you mean? Oh, look at what Chasen's putting out. Chat GPT says true crime communities like Crama, which mix true crime and content with drama, the Sebastian Rogers case has been a source of conflict. In these spaces, users often take personal sides, not just about the case, but about the creators who cover it. The drama around how the case is being reported can become almost as big as the case itself. Wow. She has a spreadsheet that has all the names and addresses of Sebastian's family. What? Cammy, I think you were in there standing up for Pearl, wasn't you? No, that's what I mean, Brittany. Like, why are y'all letting the tragedy pimp, the bad actor shenanigans go on right under your nose? Is it because you like this creator or because you're scared of her? I don't know. I can't figure it out. What the fuck? That's a problem. How does that help find Sebastian? Ain't not a goddamn YouTuber in the, listen, I gotta stop. I gotta stop. Oh my God. Jason, I gotta stop talking about it because there ain't gonna be nothing to go live about later. Ugh. I agree. Nonsense. Girl, that's so funny. And see, that's what I mean, mama. Like, I only know what people tell me, but I heard she was pretty nasty to Shanann. Yeah, with the ponytail. Yeah, oh my God. Hey, Sunnyside, happy Thursday. You didn't like Granny's live yesterday? Why? I only listened to the first part of it and then I dozed off during my nappy nap and I woke up to hearing that Nick had went on her in her chat and was threatening her. That's so funny. You should, Deets. I think she showed the blips, Tim. Sebastian Rogers, stop the grift. SR Sebastian Rogers. Why? What was the point? What was the point, Jason? Why is she putting that out there? What does that do? What does that help? So goddamn tired of these armchair detectives, man. Queen has trashed Seth a couple of times, and especially when Clue was on her panel with her. No, I'm not saying Queen didn't attack Seth at all, but I'm saying as of lately, I don't think I've heard of her trashing Seth, but I don't know if it's because I stopped watching or if it's because, it hasn't been mentioned lately that she's been trashing Seth. Of course, Pearl Girl. It was sad. Yep. Why put, yeah, collect the info, have it for yourself, but why put it out there? I won't, mystery. I won't. Oh, God. Chasing, that's how I feel too. I feel like, and then how about, wanting to speak on these certain things, but then I'm just told I'm a hater, or it's because I have a personal issue with Queen, or it's because I have a personal issue with Clue. I don't have an issue. They don't, they're not that important to me. But the problem is the things that Clue is doing in this case is important to me. The shenanigans, it ain't got nothing to do with her coming up on my panel fussing at deeds. It ain't got nothing to do with that. It ain't got nothing to do with her going on Queen's panel the day after and lying to Queen and her subs. It ain't got nothing to do with that. Was that fucked up? Absolutely. But it just doesn't have anything to do with that. It's about what she's doing since day one of covering this case. Because she also says, "Oh, I told y'all how, as soon as I met Seth, exactly how I felt." Well, that's not what her stream said back then when she met Seth. And I implore everyone to go back because she likes to tell people, "Oh, I knew this. I had a feeling about that man from the time I met him in person." No, you didn't, bitch. And your streams basically point out your line. Your stream points out your line. You didn't have a problem with Seth when you met him in person. Same as a lot of us. Your problem came in when he started using his son's case to attack Chris and Katie. It's okay to say that, but to say that you knew there was something wrong with this man from the beginning, from the time you met him in person, you knew he was fucked up and was a nasty human being. Don't do that. Don't do that, because no, the fuck you didn't. I listened to a live the other day where you were fucking praising him after you met him. Fuck out of here, lying ass bitch. But see, people don't want to, they want to take you at your word. It's easier to just say, "Oh, okay, well, this is what she's saying. It must be true." No, go do the research. Go look. That's all it takes. She has said herself, she leaves all her shit up. Because if she says something or puts something out there, she's responsible for it, right? And that's how she was feeling in the moment. Well, how you was feeling in the moment is you was fucking with Seth. Even after you met him. You didn't think he was a skis ball when you met him. That came later. And now you claim you knew he was a skis ball. From the moment you met him, the energy just was not right. There was something wrong. Fuck out of here. You're lying. That's when I stopped supporting Seth. I supported all the family at the beginning. I felt bad for Chris, Katie, and Seth. Deets too. I know we had several lives where we were going over the interviews and it just broke our heart when Seth would get, emotional about Sebastian when talking about Sebastian. But when he exploited his child, I was done. I was done. It was over. How does one align themselves with a search 8 months later? Yeah, you've been living there and you've had that drawn how long, Dutchie? Girl, I've got lots of thoughts. With a guy who spread misinformation and has a spirit box. Bless his heart. Listen, though, again, when it comes to Stephen, he did spread that misinformation at the beginning, but he came out and he acknowledged it. He apologized for it, right? I'll take that. I don't care that he talks to psychics, but the spirit box has got to go, bro. But the one and only main positive thing I can say about Steven is while everybody else was doing nothing, he was still out there looking. Whether it was in ponds or using his drone, whatever it was, he was still out there doing stuff. And I can give him credit for that. I agree, Pearl. I agree. Right. She searched what the first couple of days, first 2 or 3 days, before all the Terry Lynn bullshit, before all the T Rev shit. She could have still been searching. Instead, she's been sitting there on her fat ass calling out everybody else. Yeah. No, I was done after that. Oh, I agree, Halloween baby. Yes, I agree. That's something I want to talk about too. How many chances will you give a person to show you they're a shitty person? It's a serious question because I know I give way more grace than I should a lot, and it bites me in the butt. It always bites me in the butt. Like I've always said, like that's why I gave Dolly that shot, right? And did it end up biting me in the ass? It absolutely did because then he started exploiting Madeline Soto. And I was like, well, it is what it is. At least I gave that chance. But the thing is, I'm okay with it coming back to bite me in the ass because I feel better on my soul and in my intentions. I feel better that I gave that chance. I gave that chance to Clue. I give those chances even though people don't give me that chance. No, I didn't. Views, baby, views, views. Chris done come out and said, shame on y'all for all this drama. So now she's out searching. Now she's got something she needs something else she can do to where it doesn't hurt Chris and Katie. So she's searching. That's all it is. How does pics help a case? What do you mean, babe? Listen, I think the lights are suspicious. I do. But I think if law enforcement isn't coming out and saying, hey, we think it has something to do with it, there's a reason they're not coming out and saying that. And then the other day, there was when the momming it up stuff was very confusing. I agree. And I don't think it was right for her to insinuate that Truth, Clue, or Jay had anything to do with anything, right? That's not right. But when I heard Clue ask on Granny's, well, how can you think that? Why would you think we have something to do with it or we're involved? Well, I mean, you can't act all shocked and act like you're so surprised that somebody would think that. You are in every single situation pertaining to this case. Eventually, people with conspiratorial brains are probably going to start thinking, this is weird. But to put her down and make her seem like an asshole because she thought maybe y'all had something to do with it, nah, miss me with that shit. I can see why she would think y'all had something to do with it because y'all got your toes in every fucking pond in this case. Looking at autopsy. What are you talking about, Twinkles? You know, this ain't sincerely searching. No, it's not. Yeah. One shot, to me, it's hard to go out and search as an individual person, just as a one person. Like, you need to be able to do grid searches to make any kind of leeway, you know? Hey, Tanya. Glad to see you, love. Same little Irish girl. Like, there's certain people that I know I will never fuck with again. I will never, like, and that's why when Laura was like, Jones's trying to get back in with Queen. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Never gonna happen. Clue, never gonna happen. Because I was never in with Clue, but she acted like I was her goddamn bestie for the restie. And I betrayed her by saying something about her using the F word. Like, Jesus Christ, make it make sense. I don't know. That's what they're saying, that she's been searching. I was trying to see what Twinkles was talking about. Autopsy photos. Whose autopsy photos? See, bites me in the butt. Yes, she does. Stop, Nala. It's thunder. Sinners said they should be out searching for their dignity, in my humble opinion. No, it's not creepy. It's for good reason. Omegadon is for good reason. First off, they want to make sure they ain't got a pedophile out here searching for a kid, right? Or a murderer searching for a person. Second off, they want to make sure they have your info so that they know who all is searching, so that if somebody doesn't come back or somebody that was searching goes missing, they know how, like, who to contact, who to look up. Yes, there are, Nico. I agree. Probably tonight. If I go live tonight, it'll probably be then. Me either, Titanium. Right. They're gonna keep doing it, stop the grift, and it almost feels like it's pointless for us to fight it. It sometimes feels like icing them out is what takes away from them. Does that make sense? Oh, about Maddie Soto? Yeah. Well, who had autopsy pics of Maddie Soto? Backspace. Oh, that's backspace, backspace, backspace. X, 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 X. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Me too, one shot. Like, it shouldn't be, we should be, hoping for Sebastian's return in general. And I think most of us are. But I think we're hoping extra hard for his return right now so that it shuts all these fuckers down. Period. And it shouldn't be like that. Oh, yeah, and well, she's always virtue signaling. I mean, she said the other day in that Betty cam, the body cam footage, "Why is everybody obsessed with me?" And she started naming out folks, and I'm like, "Because you're involved with all the bullshit. What do you mean?" So next thing you know, she's gonna go live and say, "That Joneson bitch, that fat ass bulldog looking bitch, she's obsessed with me too." Fuck you. Mm-hmm. Hey again, Granny. Oh, I agree, Sinner. No, I think most of these bad actors don't want Sebastian found. They don't want the parents to work together, which is what we, or me myself, I know for sure, have has been screaming for. They don't want that because it takes away from them. And that's one of the things I was glad to hear Granny go over yesterday is how Pascal was gaslighting the fuck out of Seth. He didn't want Seth to work with Chris and Katie because it would remove from his content. He likes that drama. I don't think any of them want him found. I don't think any of them truly give a fuck, honestly. And that's sad to say. They just pretend to. And they pretend to because it's the popular thing to do right now. Ham Biscuit, thanks for joining, love. And everything's not black or white. It's not either Seth or Chris and Katie. It could be all or none. That's where the gray gang falls in. That's where we come in. It could be all or none. And I tend to think that people who are in the middle and who are quote unquote gray gang, they're more willing to see everything. I don't know how to explain it. Like they're more willing to take in everything and discuss both, red flags on both sides and how red flags are just because somebody has red flags doesn't mean that they're responsible for anything. I agree, Senator, 100%. Yep. No, it did happen before Pascal. Pascal came out and was kind of being a little gaslighty, manipulative about Chris and Katie and Seth working together when Chris and Seth had that talk, right? You remember the talk where they said, "Oh, Chris ran all up on Seth." No. That's when Pascal was like, "Well, the internet might be mad at you. Who gives a fuck?" That mind frame that Seth was in when he said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna work with Chris and Katie," and the things he was saying on that video that Granny was playing yesterday, that's where Seth's mind frame should be. Thank you, Pearl. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, one shot. You are 100% correct. It started out really with Smiley, Justin, Terry Lynn, all trying to pit Seth against Chris and Katie. And listen, I'm not saying Seth is vulnerable, but I'm saying some people are easier to get into their mind, right? To mess with their brains than others. And I think he's one of them. And it made him start thinking. So then he started pushing against Chris and Katie when at first they were working together. And I think that's sad as fuck, man. Shit. Tony came in late to the clown show. He just made it worse. Even Seth Smiles, even Seth said that the Proudfoot searched at the beginning. But they don't want to go back to those interviews. They don't want to go back to where Seth was saying that because then it would prove their speculation, their theories wrong. Oh, he was talking to them, Brittany. He was, absolutely. I went word by word on that interview, and he was 100% directing that at all of them as well. And that's why it upset me because it's like, I know that it seems Chris doesn't watch other people. He mainly just relies on Clue's channel. And so it upset me because it's like, do you not know that this same bitch that you're trusting was in JLR's trying to get people to think that you and Seth did something to Sebastian? You and Seth worked together to do something to Sebastian? Oh, but we don't want to talk about that, do we, Clue? I do too, Kathy P. I do too. Yeah, I mean, but see, I didn't watch her back then. I came across her in the Sebastian case, and the only reason is because she's local, right? That's the reason she got so much attention in Sebastian's case. But yeah, if you go back through her Idaho videos, she's a complete theorist. She's into the drama. The difference is she didn't have a lot of people The difference is Titanium. She didn't have a lot of other bad actors co-signing the drama with the Idaho stuff. She wasn't very popular back then. Now she's got a lot of creators who back her up on the drama she's creating in the Sebastian Rogers case. She's just as bad, if not worse, than the original OG, triple OG bad actors. I'm sorry. It just is what it is. I agree. Seth was mad that Ellie took Chris Proudfoot out to search for something and not him. So he darn well knows they have searched. They just did it with Ellie. Yeah. And if we was to ask Ellie right now, if I was to do, ring, 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 if I was to call up Ellie right now and be like, hey, so what's up? What's up with the parents? Are y'all cool? I guarantee they'd be like, Chris and Katie are the only ones that did what we've asked them to do, which is why they stopped telling Seth or giving him information in the first place. Chris and Katie are doing exactly what Ellie want them to do, and Seth is not. The facts are the facts, and they came out and said that. So I don't. I don't know. It just. I just know 100% that Ellie probably really appreciates Chris and Katie through this. That's what I'll say. Oh, she's been connected with Tony. She absolutely is connected with Tony. Listen to when she comes up on Queen's panel. At first, she was telling all the history with Tony, right? Well, then how do you have history with Tony, but you wasn't involved with Tony? If you wasn't involved with him, there would be no history to be right here on this panel talking shit about. No, but I seen it popped up on my algorithm just a little bit ago, Lana. Is it good? I love Michelle After Dark. We do need a pool party for a girl. Yeah, it's all so they can make bank. Speaking out against the bad acting and the tragedy pimping is what we used to do. It's what most of us on this side used to do. And it's just not happening anymore. And I'm tired of turning a blind eye to it. It's not happening anymore. Y'all are supporting these bad actors. Y'all are supporting the grift. Y'all, I mean, like, come the fuck on. Again, it makes me go back to Dolly. Like, if it was him or Justin Farrell doing some of this shit, we would be having them on, like, they'd be walking around with the TP Scarlet Letter. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't let that shit fly. But we are going to let it fly now because this is somebody who's here for the right reasons, right? Yeah, I know nonsense. It was absurd. You did good on that panel though. It is. That's true, Chopper. It's sad but true. You're right. Ooh, I'll go watch it. They're not genuine. That was on one of Queen's. Nonsense replayed it the other day though, Miss Leah. I can't remember what day. Hey, Gavel Gates. Ham biscuit, you stop it. You stop it right now. Yeah, you want them. Pixie, it's astonishing, isn't it? And I think bad actors can do good things for the case, like blip boards, billboards, passing out flyers, searching. I do think that bad actors can do things, but I feel like the only reason they do those things is to make up for the bullshit and the shenanigans they are creating in the case. So then it kind of takes away from it, right? It makes it not as real. Does that make sense? No, you're good, Miss Leah. I know Nonsense played it on her live the other day. I just don't remember what live. It's because she knew she was called up. She absolutely, the first time she was on Queen's panel, talked about all the history with her and Tony and all the stuff that they were doing. Not to mention, she was telling Jay for Justice that Tony had her information and her husband's information and all of that. Well, how do you know that if you're not in contact with them? Miss me with the bullshit. I just hate all these lying ass motherfuckers. No, not at all. Nonsense. Not at all. Oh, okay. I'll check it out, Center. Yeah, Center's had good videos lately. Well, I think most of Center's videos are good, but definitely on point. Did anybody gather anything from the body cam? Never mind. We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later, y'all. We'll talk about it later because I want to be able to have the streams up to show. And I'm on my phone right now. We were supposed to be coming in here and just talking a little shit this morning. Hey, Spudler. Oh, I didn't watch. Oh, so you think so Michelle After Dark's discussing like the manholes or drainage pipes? Yeah, no, no, I don't think. I think that is a good idea if that's what she's saying needs to be searched again is manholes and drainage pipes. I would second that. I would second that that needs to be done at least within the 5 mile radius of his home. You know, there's something y'all could do. Clue and Steven and Cletus and SF. Y'all go check the manholes and drainage pipes around. You know, around Sebastian's home. It absolutely would be a great video, Truth. Mhm. And that's just something that can happen, right? It's an honest mistake or an honest overlook. Maybe you checked and didn't see anything, but it's always worth checking again a second time. If anything, we learned that from Caleb. Oh my God, clutch some pearls. He is all over the place. Why does he got cockeyed cartoon pictures of these parents? I will never understand. Yeah, no, SF has been out there searching, Texan. He's came down what 2 or 3 times now and went out there to search. And he kinda showed, like, the layout of, the area, kinda like what you're dealing with. I don't know what to say, the words are escaping me. The terrain, the terrain of the area around his home. I'm saying, like, supposedly it's SF, Stephen, Clue, and Cletus out searching together. Will y'all go check the manholes and drainage pipes? That would be an absolute possibility. Yeah, but the problem is Lana LA or LA LE aren't out physically searching anymore. Well, Scooter McBooters, no, the one on the TBI flyer is a picture that was taken the day before he went missing. Right. Okay. I see what you're saying, Deetsy. Yeah, I'll have to go watch Michelle's video. I never thought I'd see a case worse than Summer Wells with all the people involved. CS? Oh, hell no. She better not had. Not Timu teeth. All right, y'all. Tony's about to go to work, so I'm gonna spend the last couple of minutes with him, and I'm sure me and Deetsy will go live later. So y'all just keep an eye out. Until then, behave on these streets and don't let these folks run all over y'all. Don't let them manipulate you. Don't let them gaslight you. Don't entertain the fuck shit. Thank y'all for being here. I will catch y'all on the flip side.